It is our top story tonight. The Anchorage Assembly is tackling several important issues, including the controversial IM testing and the price of the pump taking a chunk out of Anchorage's school budget.
We'll go to CBS 11's Grace Chang in a second to look into what our school will have to do to make ends meet. But first tonight, the Anchorage Assembly is considering reinstating the IM testing program in Anchorage. Last year, the Assembly voted to get rid of that program. Now they may be looking to put it back and other programs on the books. The panel is looking at the possibility of 3 different ordinances, 2 of them dealing directly with keeping the inspection and maintenance program. The third would add safety and muffler inspections to the current test. A public hearing on the topic is slated for tonight at the Lusac Library in Assembly Chambers. The skyrocketing cost of food and fuel is hitting our schools. Now the price hikes could be passed on to your family. That's right. CBS 11's Grace Chang joins us live in the newsroom with more on how the Anchorage School District is dipping into its own coffers just to keep up. Grace?
That's right, Dave and Laura. Last night, the school board voted to allocate $983,000, that's almost $1 million, for fuel alone. And that's just to keep school buses running. And they also gave $290,000 to cover the rising cost of food. Getting food on your child's lunch plate is no small task, especially with how much food and fuel cost these days.
Fuel prices are causing the shipping costs to go up, but the commodities and the foods that we buy from vendors in the area, for them to get their goods here, they have to charge us more as well.
Which means come fall, your child will have to pay 25 cents more to eat at school.
We don't have a choice. We've expended our fund balance now. We have no fund balance now because of the high increase in fuel cost and food and commodities.
But the good news is students on federal free and reduced lunch programs will not be affected. Keeping the Student Nutrition Center stocked and running now costs more than $6.5 million, 12% more than last year, an increase the school board voted to accommodate. It's also getting more expensive just to drive your child to school.
What's been happening this last several months is just unbelievable to us.
50% more than last year, which is why school vehicles are getting nearly $1 million more to offset the pain at the pump.
When we get, 10 or 11 miles to a gallon compared to, driving 2 kids in a Suburban, we do very, very well. So we are the largest form of mass transportation in the nation, the yellow school bus.
And so the rising cost of food and fuel hit our schools hard. The money will come from the school district's general fund, money set aside for food, as well as grant money from the legislature. Dave?
Grace, with this roughly $1.3 million going for fuel and food, it is the hard question. Does this mean that any programs are being cut?
Well, district officials say luckily no, because that money was originally earmarked for computers and books, but there was some money left over this year, so computer upgrades and textbooks came out of this year's budget, and the fuel and food is coming out of next year's budget.
That was CBS 11's Grace Chang reporting for us live in the newsroom tonight.
And Dave, around the state tonight, the pain at the pump still remains very high. In Anchorage, you can find gas at $4.29, but some places have jumped to $4.39 already. While in Dillingham at the Bristol Express, the price for a gallon of regular is $5.96. Kodiak, it's more than $1 cheaper. At more than one gas stop, you'll pay $4.64. Well, we'd like to hear tonight from you. What are you paying in your town or village for a gallon of gas? Log on tonight to our website, KTVA.com. Send us the information or pictures so we can air them on a future show. The governor hails it a crucial step in expanding and maintaining the state's oil and gas infrastructure. Today, Emerald ABS consulting team was selected to conduct a comprehensive assessment of our state's major resources. For the first time ever, the group will analyze everything from safety and engineering to risk management. The 2-year initiative will include participation from federal, state, environmental, local, and private agencies. The team will go from the fields of Prudhoe Bay to Valdez to Cook Inlet. The goal is to recommend actions related to any risks in our system.
Meanwhile, the governor's proposed gas pipeline plan, AGIA, steals the spotlight out in the Mat-Su Valley. Today, lawmakers, the governor's gas line team, and Mat-Su Valley residents all convened at the train depot. The all-day session is designed like the rest of the roadshow stops to educate residents on the proposed gas line deal with TransCanada. At each stop, Alaskans have had the opportunity to learn more about the process from the experts and lawmakers and voice their own opinions and concerns.
probably what I think the most important thing we're doing is letting the public discuss what they think is right and wrong for Alaska, what their opinions are.
Public testimony is underway right now until 8 o'clock tonight at the train depot for all interested Valley residents. For more information on the AGIA Roadshow, log on to our website at KTVA.com.
A motorcycle crash in Eagle River claims the life of an Anchorage man. 41-year-old John C. Wiles was riding his bike in the area of Needles in the Old Glen Highway when he went off the road and into some trees. Alcohol and drugs do not appear to be a factor in the case. Wiles was wearing a helmet, but it may have come off during the accident. According to witnesses, he may have been going too fast with a curve in the road, causing him to lose control. A 14-year-old girl is recovering tonight after being shot in the head. It happened over the weekend in Alacanuk. Paul Morris Phillip is accused of shooting the teenager, barricading himself inside a home, and then booby-trapping the front door with a gun. Troopers had to enter the house from another entrance and took the 36-year-old into custody. Phillip's 4-year-old son was with him during the entire situation. The girl is being treated in Bethel for her injuries.